Okay, so we got off to a little bit of a late start, but we are rolling. Today we're going to do a few interesting warm-up exercises, and then we're going to jump right into our lesson. I have my two students here to help us, and you guys can say hello if you like.
Hello.
And so what we want to do is, COVID-19 got us locked down. Of course, everybody is taking the precautions to be clean while we're here. He's going to wash his hands now because he just walked in, but the rest of us are all good. We want to start off first with breathing. And we're going to work our way through the four pillars as we progress. So starting off, you can either sit, stand, or lie down. We're going to do one each. So I'll sit, you can stand, and Colin, you can lay down.
I'm back.
Yeah, it's on your back. You can actually lay on your stomach, your back, your side. Doesn't really matter, except for that you're comfortable. That's really all that matters. You want to sit comfortably with your back resting against the back of the chair. If you have a back, if you don't have a back, I can turn sideways. Then you want to support yourself with your pelvis tucked underneath and your shoulders just relaxed down and back and your head stacked over your pelvis. If you got a forward lean going, you're going to feel pain in your back. But if you have a chair back, you can lean into the chair back. Make sure that your whole back is against the chair back. And your hips are still relatively tucked, relaxed. If you're lying down, like I said, you can be on your front, your back, your side. It really doesn't matter as long as you're comfortable. And then when you're standing, you want to stand in a position that allows both of your legs to be evenly distributed of the weight. This is one of those times where it's not bad to stand 50-50. Your pelvis should be tucked so that you have a nice flat back, and your shoulders again are still relaxed back and down, and your head is stacked over your entire body. So the way we want to start is we want to first start off with breathing just enough to feel the top part of the head. So from here, so you just want to inhale very lightly so that the air goes up, comes down to about right here at the top of the throat, and then you exhale back out the mouth. So it's a very short in and then out. In, out, just like that. And you want to do that for maybe a count of 10, 15, or 20, depending on you. So we start with that. Visualize the air just going up and circulating. Let's just say it goes up and over the ear and comes back down and then right back out the mouth. It's that short of a breath, but it's a continuous breath. Then you start to inhale slightly deeper. So now it comes down to the base of the throat and then comes back up and out the mouth. Feel the air as it touches all parts of the body that is going past. Feel it how it touches the head, down the throat, and then as you exhale, back out the mouth. Then you want to inhale, let it go up again, down past the base of the throat, down to the lower portion of the chest, just below the sternum. And then exhale back again out the mouth. While you're doing this breathing, you can kind of very micro move your body where there could possibly be tension to release that. If you have any, you just let it go while still breathing. The breath should be consistent, continuous, moderately paced. Can be slow as you can do it for sure. But you can alternate between the speed of the breath. It can be short, it can be long. It's up to you. Depends on what you're working on. For us right now, we just want to breathe enough to where we feel like we've touched all of the areas that I've just named, and then we exhale it back out. Now you want to inhale up, over, around, down, past the chest, down into the lower abdomen, just past the belly button to where the waistline is, just to where your belt line. Then exhale all the way back out, up the mouth, and out the mouth. While you're doing this work, you should feel your belly rise. If you're lying down, you should feel your belly rising. If you're sitting, you should feel your belly moving down and forward, out and forward. And if you're standing, you should feel your belly coming out and dropping down towards the ground. Your chest itself shouldn't be rising. Your chest shouldn't be rising. As you inhale, you want the belly out, and then exhale, and the belly comes back down. You bypass rising the chest, but if the chest rises, it's very minimal, just minimal, because you're only filling the body up to where you bring the breath to this area. You're not trying to like expand the whole body. That's it. As you inhale, now as you inhale, you'll inhale down to the belly, and as the belly fills up, you'll start to let the air go down into the legs. As it's going down into the legs, it's also going out into the arms, down into the hands. And by the time you're full, you filled up your legs down to your feet and your arms, all with air. And then as you exhale, you'll bring it all back up the legs, the chest, from the arms, all back up out the mouth. what you'll notice is when you start having difficulties permeating the body with air, that's because you have tension in those areas. If you can't make it past your chest to your belly, chances are you have tension in the diaphragm, in the ribs, or the intercostals of the ribs, or you could also have tension in the abdominal muscles or even the back muscles. If you can't make it past your chest, it's because you have tension that's stopping you. If you can't make it past your abdomen, if you can make it down to your belly, that's great. And if you can't make it down into your legs, then you're either visually impaired, maybe you can't envision that. If you're one of those like super analytical types, it's like my legs don't breathe, lungs are in my chest or whatever. You need to get past that, because this is how you're going to actually be able to communicate and connect with the rest of your body, is through visualization. So you definitely want to do this work and try to push past those boundaries. So now as you've inhaled in through the nose and you've taken the air all the way down into the legs, out into the arms, and exhaled and brought it all back out the mouth, now we want to change the mechanism of our inhale. So now you want to inhale. Imagine that your body is a vacuum. Your whole body is a vacuum. All the cells, all the little pores on your body, all the holes in your body, all of them are a bunch of noses, right? Your body is a vacuum. And you want to inhale air from all directions of the body, front, back, side, top, bottom. You want to inhale through the whole body all at once simultaneously. And then when you exhale, the body switches and it becomes like a leaf blower, right? And it blows the carbon dioxide, the waste material, from all the cells. It blows it out all in all directions. So let's try that now. So as you inhale, air, everything is touched. The air comes in from all angles. And then as you exhale, it goes out in all angles.
It's interesting. So I'm starting to get kind of that buzzy feeling from a much lower level breathing than it normally takes me to get this. With that kind of breathing. That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. So you're hyperoxygenating the blood, and you get this this sort of tingly feeling. It can come in the mouth. It can come around the face. You can get it in the hands. You can get it pretty much anywhere in the body. You can become lightheaded. The room can become much brighter. There's a lot of benefits.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Being lightheaded, like the lightheaded feeling.
Well, lightheaded for oxygen, hyperoxygenation is a good thing. When you hyperventilating and you don't have oxygen, that's a different kind of lightheadedness. So yeah, one is hugely beneficial to the body, and the other is not so much.
We can have it, push up with 3 breaths, and then in, down, 3 breaths up. I do that, and I woke up, I did that, I cannot wake up myself. I was like, it made me feel like I passed out, but it made me feel like I was wondering where that came from.
Well, so then too, you also got to remember, and this is for you folks at home, all have boundaries, right? Everybody has boundaries. Some have thresholds that are much larger, much deeper than others, but we all have boundaries at some point. And in order for us to grow and get better, we have to push past those boundaries. You want to do it in a safe way though, especially if you're alone training. You want to do it in a safe way. However, you do want to absolutely do it, because if you don't, nobody's going to do it for you. This is not something that somebody can give to you. Only the information can be given. You have to actually utilize it. You have to do the work. So now we've inhaled through our whole body and exhaled from our whole body. So now with the breathing, the body should feel relaxed, aware, awake, relaxed and awake. And it might sound contradictory to each other, but you can be very much awake and relaxed because you're aware, but you're very calm. So, and that's how the body should feel right now. So now we want to take all that oxygenated blood and energized cells, and now we want to put them to work. And so we want to build a threshold or build a reserve of oxygen. And so then when we start doing the work, we also want to breathe more prior to getting stressed, prior to having our body become overworked and then trying to catch up with breath. We want to go ahead and stock up oxygen reserve and then continue to breathe when we start doing the work or while we're doing the work. So because Colin is down, he's going to do his work on the floor. Greg is going to do his work standing, and I'll do mine seated, right? So just to give examples of different ways we can put this work into practice. So Colin is going to inhale and exhale continuously while he's doing sit-ups. He's going to lay down. He's going to do leg raises. He's going to lay down. He's going to turn over. He's going to do push-up. He's going to lay down. He's going to turn back over. He's going to do sit-up, leg raise, push-up. That's his exercise. Greg is going to do squats, but the way he's going to do squats is he's going to do 45-degree squat. He's going to go do a 90-degree squat. Then he's going to go all the way down and then come all the way back up. Then he's going to do a 45, a 90, all the way down and come back up. While he's rising his arms, or he can rise his arms all the way over. So you can either put them up or you can put them all the way up as you go down. But it's all with breath. In through the nose, out from the mouth.
Breath with movement or just continuous breath?
Continuous breath. Continuous breath, regardless of where you're at. You've already built up your reserve. So now you're just breathing prior to. So you do. So you go to the 45, boop, and then you come back up, boop, and then you go to the 90, boop, then you come back up, boop, then you go all the way down, boop, and then you go back up, just like that. And you just continue with the breathing. And your arms can go up and down in movement. So they're not static. They go there, then they go up, then they come down. Yeah, you move it with the breath or move it as you exercise. Yep. And then seated, I'll do into the nose, out from the mouth, lifting the legs. Put the legs out. This is really good for my elders, people with knee pain, knee injury. You can rotate at the foot too. Maybe I'll turn sideways to show you as I'm going. It's coming up and I'm whipping it out, bringing it up, pushing it down, and then finishing at the foot. Like that. So I'll get back, keeping good structure. And I'm rolling my shoulders. Now, relax yourself and just with the breathing and the movement, honestly, do you feel like you did a lot of work?
No. I don't feel like I had to change my breath cycle at all. It's fun.
The oxygen is power. So we could have done any kind of movement. But if I would have had them do the same series of movements and just let them breathe regular, and we had never built up that reserve of oxygen, the bodies, they would have felt different. You just would have felt different. And I invite you to try this. Like, do your exercises prior to doing the breath. Just kind of breathe how you normally would breathe. Like, if this isn't your normal way. And then try it like this and compare. And there will be a marked difference in your efficiency, effectiveness, and ability. Guaranteed. So now we will move into more of the dynamic stuff. I don't want to say fun stuff because it's all, to me, it's all fun, right? So something that you guys can work on at home using like inanimate objects like chairs and whatnot to get understanding of your body and just movement, right? So we have a series. Let's go over this first. So we have a series of footwork exercises. And with footwork, you want to stand with your body relatively relaxed, arms down by your side, and you want to, thank you. You want to start to lift your heel and your toe on opposite feet. So heel, toe, opposite feet. Like this. Pelvis is tucked, body is stacked. And when you're doing this work, it's not a matter of you like being stiff up top and turning your body. Just lift the heel and the toes of the opposite feet. You know, you should feel it through the hips, up to the shoulders, through the body, but it shouldn't kind of be moving you without being under your control. And then as you get comfortable doing this, you start to just rotate. And don't confuse this with the dance move. It's good if you can do the dance move, that's cool. But this is really just a small piece of a bigger movement. So we're rotating one to the next. So it's toe down, heel up, pivot. Toe down, heel up.
Good for when the clubs reopen too.
Not a dance.
And then as you're doing this, you can incorporate bringing the hands up. There's things we can do here with this. This isn't bad. Get your hands used to moving when you move. All right. And then from here, as we're doing here, then you can step. You can go back. It's still with that same push off from the balls of the feet. Back, forward, back, forward. Then from there, from there, you can take and either raise the leg up and pivot yourself over on the heel of the foot that's on the ground. You can continue to rise your arms if you like. And then from there, you can start by taking the whichever leg, I'll do the right, behind yourself, but it's not a, turn around so you see, it's not a crossing where I'm touching my legs like that. I'm sort of throwing this leg back here, but there's a lot of space between the leg. I don't know if you can see it, almost how the guys would do like when they're dribbling the basketball, but it's going behind me, and it's really to help clear this line. So if there's a line intersecting my body here, I want to get this half of my body off that line without first lifting this leg, leaving this behind and trying to pull it. I'll take this side of the body and move it off that line. And then this leg, instead of allowing it to stay stuck here, which is dangerous, I can either rotate on the heel, or I can pick it up as I rotate on the heel and then step it sideways. So what it looks like in speed is here, 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 here. And you can rise the hands while you're doing this. It's all right.
Those are the best ones I do when you can't see.
So the arms can come up high, they can come out in front, they can come out here. It's really, the main focus is that you get your arms and legs connected so that when they move, they move. When they move, they move, just like that. When they move, just like that. And try, when you're doing this, not to bend forward. You're getting out the way this way, so you can, it'd be better to kind of stand more up straight, boop, boop, than to bend forward. Okay? And really, you can use those exercises. There are more, there's some more things, but just for like a chair, if I want to get beside the chair, I'm here. Now granted, some of you smart alecks might be like, well, I could just step and then I'm right back. But that's not the point. The point is that yes, you can step. You can even step like this and get off that line, but you just gave your back. You know, if that's a person, you gave your back to the person. It is a chair right now, so, but depending on what you're practicing the movement for, and it's fine to be able to move like this. This is fine, because you might want to be able to get out the way, but you want to have a warehouse of movements instead of just one or two, right? Here and here, bing, bing, bing. You have things that you can do. Same way with this way. It's the same thing. You just clearing that line, and it's faster than trying to step like this. I mean, you can do that, but the distributional, and you can practice that move too. You could do this. I'm not gonna say it's never do it, but that's just a little more efficient, in my opinion. So you can use that type of movement to practice with inanimate objects. Just to step beside the chair. If you have a stick you could put in front of you to show you the line that you can get off of. You can use a broom or whatever. So you got this line that you're standing on down the middle, and you kind of want to get yourself like off that line. You're off the line, right? Boop, boop. You want to go this way? Boop. I'm off the line. You can even practice getting back on the line. Sorry. Yeah. But even with that, see the movement of the leg was continuous, so the chair didn't take my balance to knock me down because the power of the leg going back was continuous, which is also the way that we strike all the way through. So with that being said, now we'll move to some more practical application of this particular move. So my partner will take, and he can reach to push me here, or he can take his leg up and push me there. And what I want to do is I want to take and utilize the movement to get beside him. If you notice, I'm here, or I can work to where I can get here. Ultimately, my goal is to try to get as deep as I can because I want him to end up on my dinner plate. But this is better than this. It's better than the alternative of not moving my legs at all. Here, of course, if I get here, which I don't know if you'll see me because I went this way, but if I get here, because I'm right in line with the elbow, the folding point of the body, I can use it to my benefit. Either this way, I can rotate it this way. There's so many, my legs are here to do work. There's so many opportunities there. And that's what you'll start to develop as you practice. So I'll have my two students as they work together. I want you to do like a 2 and 2, like a right and then a left and then switch, right and left switch. Everybody's gonna move a little bit different. We don't really have techniques. So you getting your leg behind you and getting here to this guy might look different than the way I do it. But the bottom line is when it comes on this line and this side of your body is the one you're trying to move, this leg is going to be the lead leg so that the body can escape. All right, go ahead. It don't matter. Y'all just pick. Yeah, 2 and 2. So if you've noticed, they have even worked it, keep on, they've even worked to where when it's coming on the right side of the body, they're escaping the whole right and then ending up on the outside of the leg, which is fine because the body is still mobile and able to escape, which is the point of the work.
Greg wants to go 2 steps ahead of her. Yeah, that's part about it too.
And so what you want to do is you want to work it to where, go ahead, whenever he's touching, you can move the body in such a way that you don't want to necessarily be jumping to move. It's too big, it's too showy. Not to say you never will do that, but initially train yourself to move as smoothly as you can starting off. So the partner, if you need to, tell your partner to go slow for you. So then you can work a little slower if that's what it takes. As we're pushing, good. You need movement Yeah. me moving is all that really matters. It's really all that matters. I go again, I just do like a bad one. If I move my upper body, I can always wrench back and move his body for sure. But I can do that because I'm aware of my lower body. If I'm not aware of my lower body, try it again, and I twist and I grab him, I'm gonna be off balance. I've seen it too many times because I'm not aware of what's down here. So we have to train our lower body to move first. If our lower body can move, then our whole body can move. Does it make sense? And then you can shorten the steps. Like I was watching the guys, they were shortening the steps like this. That's fine. That's fine. But try to do the hard thing first, which is put that leg behind you. Try to do the hard thing first. The hard thing first, and try to do it so many times. See, like I can go to the outside. I choose to do that because I can move my body how I want to. But in my opinion, it's more efficient if it's coming on this side of the midline. It's more efficient to get this side out of the way first. That's my opinion. But you never know where you're at in time or in space, you know, how you need to move. So you should be able to move however you need to move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So come back.
Like I feel it a few times is it's like your brain wants to say, oh, I picked the wrong side, but you got to still flow through it. Once you start moving, because otherwise you're going to hold.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Tension in the
And you got to remember to move.
Yeah, you got it.
You know, that movement is going to give you the advantage.
And keep breathing.
Yeah.
So now you want to sort of so let's say they've done this for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, right? And they've worked themselves to where they're moving like well-oiled machines. Then you want to increase the speed by which you go to grab or push with the leg. And the movement should be just as smooth as it was when they were going slower because they've done it so much. So fast it came out as flip-flop. This is good.
Kick the shin.
And so if you'll notice, they've already started moving ahead of the drill a little bit, which is fine, but that is what I want you to do. I want you to start practicing your targeting. So if the guy's pushing, however, and I move, I want to practice being able to touch. I have his elbow and his wrist, which are folding points, which we went over in previous videos. And then I touched another folding point at the knee to break his structure. And from here, I could pretty much continue his movement towards the ground or wherever I want him to go. But that's the next evolution of the exercise.
What's funny, but I think it speaks to doing the drill well when you forget whose turn it is, because we're just focused on moving and doing stuff, not really.
And if you notice, there's no preset touch me on my left shoulder with your right hand at this amount of speed. So there is that element of not knowing, which helps with the flinch response, teaching you how to deal spontaneously than from some preset attack, which is, I mean, that's how we train the system anyway. So ready to go.
See,
And then, so they've done this for like 20 minutes now, right? So they did the first part of the drill for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. They did the next part just now for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So they've done like maybe 20 minutes. So their body is like keen on how to move. Now I would have them dial it back down to slow. So now you can see the in-between movements. So when the guy goes, so do it slow because I'm gonna try to talk through it too. So as he's attacking and I'm moving, I know my leg is here, his leg is there, his elbow is here, his other leg is back there. As I'm moving, instead of me stepping this leg here, reaching to grab him, then picking this leg back up and trying to touch him, when I was here and my weight was shifting, the in-between is just picking this leg up and touching him as I was stepping, right? Or as he's coming and I'm stepping here, this hand goes up, see? Where the hand is already to the face. Then as this leg goes behind, I'm locking his arm and I already have his body. So I hit him and took his structure simultaneously. But you have to be able to see the in-betweens. Yeah, so that's the next part of the practice. And you want to go slow. Now, as he's going, do it slow again. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But as I'm moving, see, there's an in-between. I catch that leg and whoosh, his structure goes. I didn't know if you'd be able to stop not splitting or whatever. So, in slow motion.
It's artificial, isn't it?
25, 30 years ago.
There are other movements that you can do from this. Once this becomes natural, you'll start to see all kind of other possibilities. Those other exercises that we did, you also can incorporate those into the movement. The step that we did, you can incorporate all of those into this exercise, into this movement. For the in-between, as an example, do whatever it is. Nah, so if I'm here, I'm touching down, coming over, there's the body, there's the body. There's one. If do like a leg thing, just so I can demonstrate. The leg goes up and then the leg comes down. There's a structure, right? Trying to keep his balance and keep my own. But if we back up about right there, when this leg was here and his body was there, as my hand is across his body here, and this leg goes back to shift my weight, my whole body turns and his structure is broken. So doing it in slow motion is challenging, but very beneficial. But that was the use of this movement. Same thing can be done with just stepping. However, I can step. This leg here is working. So I'm touching his leg. My body is shifting, the weight is going forward into the next one. I have his arm here. I'm cutting across his body into his center line, and his structure is already broken to go down. But you'll see all of those things as you practice slowly and start to feel these things. So then you can attack. Or you could have did it faster. Just as actually, let's do it slow first, then I'll just show. But going fast becomes really easy. So here, come back, Colin. So now my two students, they're gonna go through and show you where you're finding the in-betweens. Yeah, still slow.
My favorite.
In the front, the other one in the front.
Oh. So my favorite, you guys just put them where I can hit them.
And so you look between the two guys and you can see where they can see the different opportunities. Your turn. Yep.
Fast.
Interesting.
missed my leg behind me there. I could have transferred it quicker. But like I said, slowly I can feel that.
Yeah,
Fast, I would have missed it.
that's the point. That is the absolute point. So guys at home, when you're doing this, don't be like, oh shit, I messed up. I gotta do. Nah, no, don't. Because you're learning. It's a study. You're learning. Just give yourself some grace and recognize that that is exactly what you're doing. And when your body felt what it missed, the next time it'll say, oh, I missed this, and it's gonna look for it, and it'll find it faster, and it'll be able to utilize it. So now, so they've done that for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, nice and slow. So they have all these cool moves that they know. So then the guy, you can attack a little faster, right? Yep. So then I can move, and because my body already knows how it can move, I can just go. Right? The body just like whoop, whoop, whoop. You remember we also worked where we were moving and lifting the arms, however we were moving, whatever you did, your arms was coming up. Just to illustrate why that's relevant, go slow one more time, just to show the example. As it's coming, my arms come up in front of me. You see how they're kind of already like in his way and protecting me? Right?
Yeah.
That's the benefit. Instead of, see, his hand is like on target. So instead of me trying to like bring it up at the last minute, and now I've got some stance and I'm stuck kind of here. He's got that, I got this. And it's sort of like which one of us can hit you, the other, the hardest, the fastest. It's not efficient is the word I'm looking for. It's not efficient. Whereas when he was attacking and my arms come up and I just move, look, my leg is here, my arm, this arm bent, this leg can go forward, that hand can go forward, bam, bam, bam. And I can just do more, I have more things that I can do. Once the arms go up, it's almost like, for me, it's like I'm accessing the menu, right? Like all of my possibilities, like there. And then when they come down, I pick what I'm picking and, and I just do it, right? So instead of, I think you'll find that if you attack and I do because I'm gonna try to do the other thing. I'm talking though, so yeah. So if I'm going in and I like get rigid and stuck, to me this feels like I'm searching for something. I'm thinking about what I can do. You ever been in that position where you can, like, what can I do? And that's too slow in a fight. That's too slow because the other person is pretty much determined. They don't really, they just come and they don't really care, you know, and you're sitting there trying to think of this technique you learned yesterday that you was, but instead you can just feel your body. It might not be pretty, but it will be effective. Does that make sense? So the hands up and the legs moving and keeping the structure, that's all a part of giving you the ability to tap into your body's natural response to move, your body's natural ability. Because we can all move the same way, you know, from the gymnast to the soccer player to the not so athletic. We can all move the same way. It's just a matter of you having the freedom and the creativity to do so. And I think by keeping your body up and moving this way, you're gonna access more of that than going inside, crunching yourself down and being like this, and then just trying to rely on some 1-2 combo technique that you remember from whatever. That's just my thought process, but.
I think for me too, someone with a hyperactive flinch response, basically that keeps my brain from freaking out. Now my hands are up and I feel like I'm kind of protected, and then it enables me to move without locking up or being twitchy so much.
Yeah, being open instead of being closed. So now I'll let my students show you how to move smoothly when you add a little more speed to this exercise. So remember this. Yeah, Everything you were just doing.
Oh, okay, well,
Yep, yep. So you're still attacking and the person is still moving.
No, I want to break it down. I'm trying to say we're going fast.
But now look, so this would be a perfect teaching opportunity. When Greg was moving his body and he got to about right here, if you notice, this is closed. This is closed. Tension is in the upper back. You're pulling back because you're kind of ready to throw a punch. Hit him from here, hit him from there. His shoulders in my way. So you're thinking about it.
Right, true.
You're thinking about it. But if your arms had been relaxed, you just would have moved, like you could have reached, there's so many things. You just would have done something. So try to find a relaxation in the movement while you're moving. Your legs get you out the way, let your arms just come up and then just play.
In Greg's defense, he did knee me right in the IQ band, which would have dropped me. So it's fine. No, it's a good shot. I just know it was very hidden. I just felt it. I didn't see it. No, it's a good target. That's all. I didn't even mean to.
Nice.
I tried to show it.
And then another thing, watching Greg, don't be so overprotective of your partner that you sacrifice your own freedom of your body. If you hold yourself, if you hold them, you're holding yourself to them. Do you understand? And you're gonna fight how you train. So if you practice holding them to let them down soft or whatever, then when you're out here, that's what your body's gonna do. But this other person is gonna pull you with them too. So you're holding and they're pulling. Now getting thrown faster, harder to the ground. Make sense?
Yeah.
You come to me, however, don't matter. Here. I can let you down soft without holding. You see how I can just sort of control you and let you down, but I'm not holding you. Like I'm not stuck to you.
Yes.
In a sense that I'm connected to you, but I'm not stuck to you.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can choose to stay with you, or I can choose to let you go. But if I'm holding you like this, I just gave that choice. The choice has been made. I'm stuck to you. So, again. It's up here.
Up here?
Yeah, it's all up here. That's what happens with the coronavirus when they have you locked down. You can't move. You don't roll on the floor. You don't roll on the floor. You don't get loose. Shoulders up. Nice. So when the body is free, it just does what it needs to do. That's good. Nice. So those of you who are at home, another thing that I want you to remember is not to try to fight staying up. So when the guy's attacking, doesn't matter. And I'm here, and if he try to force to stay up, see, so there's more of a fight. It makes it easier to put him down, but it also makes it more painful when he goes down than if he just attack again. If he just relaxes himself to the ground. This also allows him to safely escape so he can get up and come back if he wants to, or he can get up and run away, which probably would be a smarter option. No, I'm saying, well, if you attack somebody and they do that, you may as well. So So now we've gone through that. We started with the breather. We went through different levels of pretty much the same exercise and just showed different variations and levels of how you can work it so that it gives you like the benefits. Now we'll end with a little partnered assistance for the body. So one partner, I'll do it from the side so you see. One partner will stand, and then he'll start to squat once I start to work. He'll start to squat and let himself go all the way down to a laying down position. And then he'll roll to his front and to his back. And then he'll stand back up and he'll come back up. And he'll do that 5 times, and he's gonna do it to his own pace, slow, medium, fast, to his own pace. And my job while he's doing that work, so remember, once I start, you're gonna start to squat slow, relaxing the shoulders, going all the way down. Then he'll lay himself down out onto the floor. Then he'll roll over onto his back or onto his stomach. And you can roll however you want. So you can do a front roll, you can do a side roll, whatever. But it should be all the movement should be as relaxed as possible. So when I start, he starts. So I go. Touch the head. And pinch the shoulders, squeeze them. You can twist the arms, twist the head. He can keep going. And twist them. You just keep moving. And keep moving. Yeah, you just keep moving. Your objective is you don't care what I'm doing to your body. You just keep moving. The whole time, keep going, Colin. The whole time that I'm touching his body, there's no malice. Everything I'm doing is meant to release tension, relax the body. It's basically it's love. It's love, it's compassion, it's caring. Everything that I'm doing is to help the body, not to hurt the body. And his objective is to receive. Breathe, move, and receive. Breathe, move, and receive. That's full, yep. His objective is to breathe, move, and receive. And then my objective while doing the work is to try to maintain good posture, try to stay relaxed while I'm doing the work, try to not let myself get overly tense or too excited. Definitely don't allow any emotions of anger, pity. Don't pity the guy either. Fear, anguish, aggravation. Don't allow any negative emotions whatsoever to come up in the body while doing the work. And then after the 5th one, it's very good. Yep, after the 5th one, you want to brush the body. Just brush the body. Yep. And Greg, you just sort of twist and move and open yourself up and sort of let things pass through. How does it feel?
God, you must read my mind.
Let's say it again. Say it in the mic.
Read my mind. I needed that. Body's tight.
So try this at home with your partner. Try this at home with your partner and receive the benefits. Now you do Kyle. And yep. And remember, you can step, you can kick, yep. You can drop knees, you can fall down on top of them, you can roll over them. There's so many, I mean, there's really no limit but the limit of your imagination. If you had a Nagaika or Vachaka, you could use those. If you had a stick or a bat, a chain, you could use that. Anything that you could strike the body with, you could use.
It's like the, I'm saying I really feel where I'm tight because it's like the reflex test. He hits my legs and they start twitching.
Mm.
I've been doing a lot of walking.
So this gives you a better connection. And just kind of keep moving yourself around, breathing and relaxing. And for you guys at home, all I want to do is try this work. Make sure you stay hydrated. In through the nose, out from the mouth. Continuously be breathing. And when it's all said and done, just move your body around. Yep. And enjoy that feeling. You guys, we got 5? Sure. Okay, that's good.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You guys gotta tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got 5-minute beat down. Crazy little
We did.
5-minute health treatment.
And so, both of you guys, how did it feel? Yeah.
It feels energizing. It's like you jumped in an ice bath and pop back out. You know, I'm warm, circulation's going, I'm sweating a little bit just from hitting the knots and working those out.
Mhm.
And it feels really good. Let's get over the fear of the pain.
Try this at home.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the mic. Try this at home. You'll see. And yeah, with that being said, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to us. We'll be back Tuesday. You guys got anything to say?
Stay safe.
Stay safe. We'll see you guys later.